attention to reality, they get demonized. And I'm just one of these soldiers out here trying to bring attention back to reality.
Or what the hell she asked? I was waiting for her.
She's talking about the beauty standard.
These black folks' minds are so warped. I understand why this particular person, the one in the blue, would say that, because she's trying to maximize her pool of potential suitors. So apparently there is a child-free movement, meaning that, adults are no longer pursuing children.
I'm not having children.
I'm not either.
No.
Well, got a little stat for you.
Go on.
18% of women over 40 don't have kids. Half of women at 30 don't have kids.
Exactly.
In another 8 years,
Yeah.
there'll be nobody having kids. Mostly because climate change will destroy the planet.
What's that thing on Netflix, Handmaid's Tale? Oh, it's going to be like that, isn't it?
No,
All the men are going to force us to have children.
Okay.
It's like, that's crazy, bro. Especially, the older woman here, like, she looks like she's old, and she feels confident and, good about the fact that she doesn't have kids. And I know there's plenty of women out here who are totally fine, growing old and dying without no fucking kids, man. But I know there's a whole other side of women out here who want to have kids, and I feel like are in denial about the fact that they want to have kids, but, were forced to accept their reality. They're probably not going to have kids. They waited too fucking late. But anyway, the little younger girl who says she want to have kids, like, I take that shit with a grain of salt. If your ass is out here, early 20s talking about you want to have no kids, bitch, talk to me in 10, 15 years.
Are we having kids? Are we going to do it? Because if I decide not to have kids and then all of you guys decide...
I'm fresh off getting my IUD replaced, and I'm giving you the elder millennial opinion you did not ask for. I think the default should be to not have children, and people should actually have a higher threshold for deciding if they want to become parents. As someone who has decided not to have kids, it has absolutely been amazing to get older and have a community of people who have also decided not to have kids. And I think that for the first time, Gen X and older millennials are kind of the first ones that are venturing into what life really looks like without kids, venturing into what life looks like without partners, and showing that you can truly design the life that you want.
Bruh, that sounds like some depressing ass shit. No, I'm trying not to cuss, man. I was with her up until that one point where, like, the default should be setting a standard for yourself before you entertain or contemplate having children. Like, try to get your life in order before you have kids, or the closest thing to it. That would definitely be better for children and families and society as a whole. If couples waited till they were ready to have kids before they have kids, I'm cool with that, man. But to come out here and try to empower people to be lonely and childless, man, having communities with no partners and no kids, that shit just sounds depressing. I know there's exceptions, right? But human beings are social creatures, bro. We're meant to be around people. I mean, companionship is a thing, and if you don't have that, chances are you're gonna be one depressed. I guess you have a community with a bunch of single motherfuckers is different, but no, you want somebody to lay with, you want somebody to give a fuck about you, want somebody to take care of you, man. I know this is different from the child-free movement, but damn, to hear that. Normalizing being by yourself, it's gotten that bad that we're trying to normalize being by yourself and feel good about it. No, just a way to warp reality to feel good about a shitty situation.
Kids yourself does not mean that you're not part of communities. It doesn't mean you're not supporting your friends with children. And it doesn't mean you're not also part of helping raise kids. But I think a lot of women are bullied into having children, lied to about the fullness of what the experience of motherhood is like.
Ooh, that shit sound negative. And I don't want to shit on nobody's experience. I'd imagine like family or maybe there's a societal, I don't think that's a societal pressure on women to have kids at this point, man, because they're pushing this whole agenda, this career woman agenda, and, putting family on the back burner. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a more of an archaic way of living at this point. You know what I'm saying? Husband and wife and 2.5 kids and a white picket fence. That ain't the life that is being pushed anymore. It's independent women, boss bitch, right? So I don't know. At least that's what the fuck I'm seeing. And lied to about the benefits of motherhood. Like, who the fuck? What lies, bruh? What lies you talking about, man? But man, if you don't know, you don't know. I'm not even a mother, clearly, but I mean, I'm confident in stating that the vast majority, the vast majority, like damn near 100% of women, when they have kids, the most important thing to them at that point is them damn kids, regardless of what they got going on in their life. You may have outliers that are still living out here selfishly and shit, but most women, when they fart a baby out, something clicks. And the priority is them damn kids. It's a biological trigger, switch, or whatever the fuck, where it's good and bad moments, you know, like to everything, bro. To come out here and try to downplay the benefits and the positive experiences from motherhood is crazy, bro. Like somebody lying to you about how dope it is for women to be mothers. They trying to goddamn end life as we know it, man. Humanity is just going to shit. The birth rate already declining. Women ain't having kids no more. Motherfuckers ain't getting married no more. Motherfuckers ain't staying together no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just crashing and burning, bro. And this shit does not help the situation at all whatsoever.
I'm child free, and I think all of us child free people tend to talk about
child
being
free.
A child free person. And a lot of people tend to focus on things like, oh, having a lot of extra money. It's definitely true. But also like traveling everywhere. And I just gotta be really honest. I definitely do travel, but I'm not like jet setting all the time and like going to Europe and all these amazing trips. Definitely want to, but a lot of times my Saturday just kind of looks like this. I'm kind of doing a reset for the weekend. I have a gin and tonic or two, or a French 75, whatever. Anyways, I just chill at my house. A big part of being child free for us was trying to get a house and saving up and just having the lifestyle that we want, which is really in general just being comfortable. And for me, that's really all it comes down to. I just want to be as comfortable as possible. Yes, I like kids, but I don't want to wake up early. I want to go to bed late if I want to. I want to sleep in. I want to watch the shows I want to watch. I want to have my house clean if I want it, or messy if I feel lazy. And no one's bothering me. And I'm just here with my cats and I'm chilling and I'm wearing my champagne pajamas and
I mean, yeah, those all sound like pretty trivial reasons to not have children, which is fine. To each his own. You know what I'm saying? Before I had kids, I wasn't thinking my kids at all. I was living selfishly as shit. And I was cool being selfish, man. Like, because once you're a parent, your life becomes selfless. And it's just a switch. And parents know that, man. So I don't really have an issue with what she's fucking saying. Like, I like my life the way it is. And once I have a child, it's entirely different, man. But my one pushback would be like, how long do you expect your life to be this way? You know what I mean? Well, especially with women, because women are on a clock. Y'all don't have the luxury of time. You know what I'm saying? So unless she's made up her mind that she's going to be child free for the rest of her life, then cool. But those are bold claims. Every time I hear a woman say that, I don't want kids. I never want to have kids. I like my life the way it is, man. And I like being by myself. I like having my freedom, which is fine. But what else you going to do? You're going to be watching shows all night for the rest of your life? You're going to be lonely as fuck. Right? That's my thing with the whole child-free thing. You have to acknowledge reality. All right? I'm of the mind state now, especially now, having my own family. Like, bro, nothing else matters besides your family once you have one. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard to even put that into words, man, but like nothing else matters besides your family, your kids, your woman. Like, make sure everybody good. You got a fucking family, a community to rock with you until the end of time, if it's a functional relationship, a functional family. Like, you know, you got toxic ass situations within families and shit, but even with that, man, like, you got kids, you got mothers, you got daddies, you got uncles, you got cousins and all this shit, man. Like, literally, family is the most important thing. It's the same society, but it's the most important thing, right? These temporary mind states that these people are speaking on at this present moment is cool, right? When we talk about child free, I'm thinking like, you know, y'all don't anticipate ever having children. You may not have kids right now because you're not ready for it, but to say child free, to have a movement like I don't ever want to have kids, bro, I don't think there's anything good coming from that.
it's really less about like going and having an extravagant life. Some people have that, and I love that for you. But I just want a simple life, an uncomplicated life. And this was really that decision for me that was like, you know, I can't control everything, but there's a few things I can control, and if I control not having kids, my life is just that much more simple.
And your life is gonna be that much more lonely and miserable what you gonna do when your ass turn 40, 50? Like, for real, bro. Like, even for men too. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of how successful you are, how broke you are, bro. You know, having a family should be part of the agenda at some point. What the fuck you gonna do when you old? When all your friends got kids and families and shit doing their own fucking thing. That's gonna be a lonely ass goddamn life. You know, unless y'all manage to manifest this child-free single community. And all right, but yeah, when your ass is old and your priorities change and your perspective changes and all you want to do is be around your family and your kids and your grandkids, that's part of the fucking human experience for the majority. And you talk like this and have movements like this, it goes against what's supposed to happen, man. That's literally what humans were put on the earth to do, is reproduce. And y'all coming up with all this bullshit that don't matter.
Reasons I will not be having children. Number one, and most importantly, I don't want to. Number two, I don't want to be pregnant. I don't want my belly to grow. I don't want my body to change. My organs are going to move. There's going to be something stuck in there for 9 months. Scary things can happen to women during pregnancy. You can lose your teeth. You can lose your hair. I don't want to go through that. Number three, what if I don't like them? Kids are going to grow up. They're going to have their own thoughts, their own feelings, their own opinions. What if they're really annoying and I actually hate my child? What if he becomes an alpha male with a podcast? What do I do then? Number four, an apocalypse. I always think about the worst things that can happen in the world, and I'm already worried that I'm going to have to look after myself and my mum and my dad and my siblings and my family. I don't want to add a kid to that list of stress. Oh my God. The world is a bad place. Very realistically, we could be left without...
I'm going to end this here with the plus you're talking about, because she's in her early to mid 20s, man. So like all this shit she talking about just coming out her ass, bro. Like whatever. Like when it's a younger woman saying shit like that, hey, talk to me in 10 years. Talk to me in 10 years, bro. I don't want to. I don't want to have kids. I don't want to be pregnant. What if I don't like him? Apocalypse. What if he's an alpha male on a podcast, bitch? You know what? Let's just for entertainment, let's see what else she has to say.
In the next 25 years, do I want to have to worry about myself and a child? No. Birth. I don't want to give birth. Birth is absolutely scary. Women die during birth. You rip down to your asshole and then the doctor sits you up and add an extra stitch for your husband so you can have pleasure. Does that sound like a good time? No. I'm really spiteful. I will tell people I don't want to have kids and they'll say, you'll change your mind one day. Because of that, I'm definitely not changing my mind. Fuck you. Get it over and done with. Since I was young, I would say, I just want a kid young so I can just get it over and done with. Does that sound like someone who's maternal to you? Does that sound like someone who wants a child and should be allowed to bring a child into this world? Absolutely not. They already sound like a burden. They're not even here. I am a firm believer that it takes a village to raise a child.
Man, but nah, bruh. Nah, man. Get it over and done with is to raise the children while you're young. You don't want to do this shit while you're old. And I guess that's kind of describes my situation. I chose to have my children a bit older. You know what I mean? But you don't want to be a 50-year-old father. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to be able to run around and do shit with your children while you can still do it. And the longer you wait, the lower the chance you have to experience that. That's why they say, get it over and done with. You know what I'm saying?
So I love the role of the auntie. If you need someone to look after your kid, I will do it. If you want to go take a shower and need 5 minutes alone, I'll look after your kid. If you want to go and spend some time with your partner, I'll look after your kid. If you want to do anything and you need time away from your kids because they're annoying, I'll look after your kid. Because I can give them back. Like, eventually I can give them back. As a mother, you bear full responsibility of the child at all times. I don't want that responsibility. Diapers, I will not be wiping anyone else's ass but my own. That's the end of that. Pump. Your boobs can get so full of milk that they become rock hard. Like a literal rock. You touch it and it feels like a rock. Needy. I'm already needy. I don't need someone else who's going to be needy in my life. Okay? I don't have the emotional capacity or the mental capacity for that. Expensive. I don't make enough money to sustain myself, let alone a child. They are so expensive. You have to buy like diapers every month for $50. Ridiculous.
Lifelong diabetes.
Did you know that during pregnancy you can develop lifelong diabetes?
Yeah, and you can get in an accident when you get in your car.
No.
Boobs will sag.
Your boobs will become saggy. When you become pregnant, your boobs get really big, beautiful.
Yeah, I'm cool. Yeah, I mean, whatever. To each his own. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what you don't know. And then there are there's enough women out here who maybe feel these ways like she does. But like I say, she's young, so I'll take what she's saying with a grain of salt. Talk to me when you 28, 29, 30, 31, if you still feel these ways. And then even with that, even if you have women out here who really feel this way, bruh, the majority of these women out here, when they pop that baby out, none of this shit fucking matters, bruh. It don't matter. It's a literal shift. It's a literal switch. Mama mode. All this shit you talking, all this trivial shit you talking, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But you don't know what you don't know. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I get it. I get everybody's complaints and concerns, but a child-free movement, that's not good.